everyone, I am Fred Lim and welcome to my hydro vlog. Today I'm going to show you how water cycle works in our environment and it's important in our livelihood. And it's the right time because it's rainy today, so I'm going to explain to you where this rain is coming from. So let's go! Today we're going to have an experimentation about water cycle and its processes. But first things first, I'm going to explain to you what is water cycle and its process for the background of our experimentation. Water cycle, also called hydrologic cycle, is the continuous circulation of water from Earth's surface to atmosphere and back to the surface, like lake, river, and ocean. While there are many processes in the water cycle, I will only talk about the most important ones, which are evapotranspiration, the combination of evaporation and transpiration, condensation, precipitation, infiltration, and surface runoff. Evaporation is the transfer of water from Earth to the atmosphere, and because of the surroundings temperature, humidity, wind speed, and solar radiation, the molecules in the water has attained sufficient kinetic energy that would eject them from the water's surface. So by evaporation, water in liquid state is transferred to gaseous or vapor state. It also happens in snow, ice, and soil. It is when there is direct conversion from solid state to vapor state, also called sublimation. Now, when it comes to plants, we call this evaporation as transpiration. It's still the same, except that it is the evaporation of the water through the minute pores or stomata in the plant's leaves. So after evaporation, we have condensation. Condensation will then happen. It is the transition from vapor state to liquid state. Condensation may take place as soon as the air contains more water vapor that it can receive from the water surface through evaporation at the prevailing temperature. This condition occurs as a result of either the mixing of air masses of different temperature in the atmosphere. By condensation, the water vapor in the atmosphere is released to form precipitation. So after condensation, we have precipitation. Well, precipitation is the water from the atmosphere that falls to the earth. Some may fall to the earth's surface, others may be intercepted by the vegetation, then be evaporated again later on. Some may be percolated to the soil and then infiltrate, and some will just directly run off to the watershed or reservoir. The water that precipitates and infiltrates the soil will later on percolate into a stream as groundwater runoff. I think I covered that all, so we're going to have our experimentation now. Let's get on ready. So in this experiment, we're gonna need a big container. Okay, this big container will serve as the watershed or water reservoir with the water and ocean water, or it might serve as the big world. And the next is the small bowl. Okay, this small bowl will serve as an island, or it will catch all the precipitation from our experiment later. And then ice. Okay, this ice, we will put this later and it will serve as the cool atmosphere. And then lastly, we're gonna need a hot water, of course. Hot water here, let's just pretend that this is an ocean water that's been heated by the temperature or the humidity. It will serve as the subject of the experiment. We're going to put hot water inside this water reservoir. It will serve as our big world. Okay, so in water cycle, there's going to need heating of the water so that it will vapor at the atmosphere. After that, we're going to put this small bowl inside the big container. As you can see, this is empty and nothing is here. Going to see it later of what will happen. So we'll put this small container bowl inside the ocean and it will serve as an island. Okay. As you can see here. And we will seal this small world of ours, and then we're going to observe what will happen to the ocean water if it will vapor, condense, and precipitate. So we're going to seal this. Okay, careful that your plastic has no holes because the water might infiltrate inside. Seal it carefully. I'm going to put the ice on this plastic so it will serve as the cool atmosphere. As what I've said earlier, condensation is the mixing of the temperature at the atmosphere, the hotness and coolness of the atmosphere. So we're going to put the cool atmosphere for today's experiment to have precipitation. So we're going to wait for a while. Okay, let's see. As you can see, there's water on the plastic, the result of the ice melting, and I did make sure that there will be no spilling inside this water because I sealed it properly. So we're going to take away this ice. Okay guys, as you can see, our small bowl here collected a little drop of the rain inside our little watershed, as you can see. As you can remember, I told you that this bowl was empty, but now we collected some rain and it just resulted and just explained that we have precipitation inside because of the changes of temperature of the atmosphere and the vapor state from the liquid state. Okay, so that's it for my experiment. That's it for my video. I hope you learned something about water cycle and its importance in our livelihood and environment. It is really a blessing to have a precipitation like this. I was really enjoying the rain and I hope that you're doing well in this pandemic. So that's it. Goodbye and ciao.